WXVT, Greenville, Greenwood, Cleveland. Delta News at 10 starts now.
Hey everybody, I'm Kelly Rittenauer. Coming up at 10, a Clarksdale home is firebombed with the family inside. And Greenville police are stepping up their game. We'll have those stories in a minute, but first here's Eric with a first look at your weather. Eric?
It was a beautiful day out there across the area, and a lot of people got outside and took advantage of that, going out to the festivals that are happening all across the Delta on this Saturday. But as we move into our Sunday, it looks like some changes are going to start to occur as we're going to begin to see the clouds build in as we go through the overnight hours and in throughout the day tomorrow. But then as we go into tomorrow evening, it looks like that rain will make its way back into the area. Could that rain get severe? And then behind it, are we looking at a cool down? All of those details in your 7-day in just a little bit. Now back to Kelly.
Thanks, Eric. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. We begin tonight in Greenville, where the police department is making their presence known. While police continued patrolling the city as scheduled, additional law enforcement officers split up into teams to perform routine checkpoints. Checkpoint locations are based on the amount of crime and complaints in an area. Some of their locations last night included car washes and residential streets in the north and south part of town. Every vehicle passing through a checkpoint location must show a valid driver's license and registration. Drivers who did not have all the proper paperwork or had an outstanding warrant were arrested and transported downtown. The purpose of routine checkpoints is to increase visibility in the community and to get those who are in violation of the law off the streets. Well, 2 men are dead after a head-on collision in Montgomery County. It happened yesterday around 11 a.m. Troopers, along with Montgomery County deputies and rescue personnel, were dispatched to a 2-vehicle accident on U.S. Highway 51, about 5 miles north of Winona. 46-year-old James Owenby from West Mississippi was traveling south on Highway 51 when his vehicle veered into the northbound lane and collided head-on with a Western Star log truck. Both Owenby and the driver of the log truck, 64-year-old Robert Bush of Winona, were killed as a result of injuries sustained in the accident. The accident is still under investigation by the Mississippi Highway Patrol. In Clarksdale, a family of 4 forced to escape after someone firebombs their home. The fire was so intense it melted part of the house next door.
My stepdad right here in the front room, My mom was laying down. She was in the bed, actually. They threw the bomb on the bed.
18-year-old Khalil Stapleton says he doesn't know why someone would torch his family's home on Barnes Street in Clarksdale. Stapleton was asleep Friday morning when the fire started. Just after 1, flames engulfed his mother's bedroom.
It was in a beer bottle filled with gasoline, and they threw it in the window. They threw it in the window right here, and it just caught fire. All this was on fire.
His mother started yelling for everyone in the house to get up and get out. 15-year-old Gerard Stapleton heard her screams and ran to help.
So I immediately went in her room, and I seen her bed was on fire, so I went to try to go grab some water to put it out, but the water wasn't working. I was throwing water on it, but it was spraying so fast, it wasn't working. So.
Both brothers, their mom and their stepdad, escaped without injury, but they lost all their belongings in the fire. Friday, the family was shopping for new clothes so the 2 brothers could return to school Monday. The fire also caused some damage to the next-door neighbor's house, where an elderly woman was nearly overcome by smoke. The Stapleton brothers say they've lived here for a year and a half with no problems, but Gerard thinks it's clear someone was sending them a message.
They tried to set my brother's car on fire first, but I guess it didn't work, so they tried to set the house on fire.
Police have launched an arson investigation, and the family hopes someone is arrested soon. Staying in Clarksdale, the Blues took over downtown at the 11th Annual Juke Joint Festival. If you couldn't make it out there today, here are some of the sights and sounds of the event. Coming up on your Delta News at 10, the Crosstie Festival comes to Cleveland, and federal health officials meet a Royal Caribbean ship at its port. We'll tell you why. Now here's Eric with another look at your weather. Eric?
Yeah, as we go through this evening, we're going to begin to see those clouds continue to build across our area. And so temperatures are not going to really cool off too much, as we'll maybe only drop down into the lower 60s. And so starting out tomorrow morning, it's going to be on the mild side. As we can see, temperatures are going to be right around 65 degrees at 8 a.m. with partly sunny conditions out there, and the winds begin to pick up out of the south at 10 to 15 miles an hour. You're watching WXVT, it's your Delta News at 10.